And that's a big difference right there. Is an agent of interest, an agent of expansion has a skill where they can do all these different things. You're not a one-trick pony. You're not a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage agent. You can do it all. You are the Swiss Army knife. Let's do an exercise real quick, okay? And you can do this in your mind, on your phone, whatever, okay? And you can do this with anything. I do this all the time with leads or prospects, okay? You can do this with agents. Put a circle around here, okay? How many different things or people or whatever can get me here, okay? When I do leads right here, do this all the time. We do TV, we do webinars, we do books, we do phone sales. What else do we do, Chris? We do a lot of other things. Mailers, billboards. Yep, we do billboards. Challenging my spelling here. And we've got a couple other ones too. We do Facebook ads, radio. We do radio. We do all these different things. But my point being here is, what do they all do? They all lead to this, okay? How many different touch points can you get to one thing? I do the same exercise. Here's one of the biggest things here is revenue generating activities, okay? How many different things can I do that generate revenue, that feed to that, okay? So I think this is a great exercise to do with all these different things, okay? Agents. How do I attract agents? Well, I do webinars. I do boot camps like today. Events, offsite events. Post on social media every day. All these different things, okay? And for you, I think it's really honing in on a lot of these things and really defining yourself, filling those gaps, okay? Because what I'm really doing with all these different sources right here is I'm filling gaps, okay? It's amazing to me when we have a lead call in, we always track the lead source, right? Always should track the lead source. You know how many people say, well, I saw you on TV, then I saw you on a billboard, but then I think maybe even Facebook, okay? A lot of times it's not just one thing that makes somebody take an action. It's a combination of 1, 2, 3, okay? Frequency, okay? So a lot more of it is actually just about frequency, consistent frequency. Now let's take that even, let's take that even, dissect it more. Now, if I call a prospect 1 time or 7 times, which one do you think is going to cause the prospect to pick up the phone? The 7 times, I'm probably gonna have a much better chance, right? And what I'm getting at here is if I can touch somebody 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4, 5 times with a mailer, all these different lead sources, it's actually the frequency, the combination of the frequency that gets somebody to take an action, whether it's an agent, whether it's a prospect, okay? So that's what we need to be thinking is how many different touch points can we provide our clients and how many different ways? So if we break this down even further to, let's say I have a prospect. How many different ways can I follow up? Let's get some interaction here. Email, phone call, what else? Text, letter, okay, DM, direct mail, anything else? That? Donuts? I mean, send them something. We used to send our clients, when they became a client, a $20 Crystal's cookies, or whatever, those popular cookies. They loved them, okay? And it was just such a big separator. It was very expensive. And after we started bringing on 200 new clients a month, it's like, okay, let's ease up on the cookies. But my point being is it was another touch point, but you could send them a video, okay? You could add them on Facebook. I know that sounds crazy, but I used to add prospects on Facebook. Really what you're doing is filling gaps here when it comes down to it. Okay, all you're doing is filling gaps, filling assumption gaps, helping them form an opinion of who they want to work with. But again, it may take a combination of 1, 2, 3 things before they actually take an action. These 2 alone may not be enough. Okay. So that's what it comes down to, is how many different touch points and the frequency. Okay. Volume and frequency. I don't know if that makes sense, but kind of. Okay. Back to your call. Good. Love it. So this is a little bit older chart here. This is our internal agency, our revenue. That 2024 was actually taken about September, and it's right about 105% year over year growth. But you can see here, this is when we got serious, right? It's pretty obvious when we got serious. And then after that, it's just duplicating. Okay, it's repeating. But right here, I think this is where a lot of people spend their time, because we're told mentally like, hey, 20% year over year growth, 10%, that's great, right? This is so freaking possible when you hit the same spot over and over again. Okay. And that can be personal production. That can be as an agency owner, because guess what? If you get 8 people to pound the same spot, that's what happens at the agency. Okay. But if you only get 1 or 2 people to pound the spot, you just get that little 20% growth. Okay. That complacency. But when you get everybody to become an agent of interest, everybody to pound the same spot, you have incremental growth. Okay. This is a big one too. Portfolio diversity. I talked about it. A lot of people come to me because I'm able to teach them how to do this. So this is Medicare. Medicare is the blue and the orange. That's only 50% of our business. But all we do is we go after Medicare leads, and that's it. But from that Medicare lead, we write heart and stroke, hospital indemnity, all these different things, annuities. And look at the diversity of our commissions. Our actual biggest commission by product is annuities. And no one comes to us for an annuity. They come to us for Medicare. But guess what? They're retiring. They have a financial transition. So why wouldn't we help them there? And that's a big difference right there, is an agent of interest, okay, an agent of expansion has a skill where they can do all these different things. You are the Swiss Army knife, okay? You're not a one-trick pony. You're not a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage agent. You can do it all. I know Nathan's over here. It's like, where's the ACA, brother? It's like, I write a lot of that, make a lot of money. But that's another great point there, is I could add that to the arsenal. But right now for us, we're super pounding the wall, okay? But guess what? When you pound the wall, then you can diversify. You get super intentional, and then you can diversify. Because at first, I tell you what, it was just Medicare, Medicare Advantage, did a little bit of cancer, heart, and stroke. We got really good at those things, and then we expanded, okay? And now we teach how to do all those things at once.